Well, hello, my friends. Blessing and peace on you in the mighty name of King Jesus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Troy Brewer and Leanna Brewer. Ta-da. Look, this thing isn't really set up for two people. We're out at our ranch, and I got a great little studio here. My media team has set us up, but it's not all set up for two people. So you have to squish up against me today. Oh,
you just want me to squish up
I
against
do.
you.
You know I do. Guys, God bless you so much, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to I had to come in, and I've got some praise reports. I've got some big wins. We've been celebrating wins today
Yes.
in a really big way, right? And I got some cool things to share with you.
My favorite day is when we celebrate wins.
Yeah, no, I'm all about celebrating wins too. I called Giles. Did I tell you I called Giles? And I saw that he's actually on here. Guys, I'm gonna have to put my giant old man glasses on, which
so dirty.
I know that.
Goodness.
Well, I've been out dove hunting, and this morning I just drove back from West Texas. I just now got back from West Texas. We were out at Redemption Ranch, and we're going to be making the big public announcement of the vision for Redemption Ranch, what we're doing and how we're doing it in October sometime. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to it. But we've already got it going as much as we can get it going, and it's a lot of work. And we're out there working at it and playing in the mud. It rained the whole time.
You always act like it's work. You guys are out there playing in the mud.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that,
yes.
And it's a lot of fun. We part of it is high fence. I went out to the high fence yesterday. I was all by my big boy self. And I rode the fence and acted like a real ranch guy and went out there and did that and found some holes, some predator holes, and covered them up. And, you've done that with me a bunch of times.
Done that with you.
Where we cut fence and we fix fence and I've been out riding fences, right?
I think it's a song.
Okay. It is a song, Desperado. Come on, sister.
You've
been married to me a long time. It's so good to see everybody. I see Adriel is on here. Thanks for the invite, PT. But you wouldn't have showed up. You wouldn't show up. You'd had to leave your house, dude. Man, whatever. Thanks for the invite. I'm looking at.
He didn't invite me either.
Yeah, I see that Giles is actually on here. Giles is on here, right? And that's really cool. I'm looking at all kinds of people from all over. Guys, will y'all please let us know where it is that you're watching from? Will you please type in and say, hey, I'm watching from Timbuktu, right?
And for those of you who don't know who Giles is, he's our favorite photographer.
Yeah, he's the open door photographer. He goes on all of our missions trips. He goes to all the stuff with Spark Worldwide. He's the guy that does all the photography on Sunday. He is he's a good guy, and I'm actually
pay him extra to make us look good.
Yeah, he doesn't. Obviously, he's not making enough money to try and make me look good. So call him blessed. California is here in the house. I see Alabama is here in the house. Aaron Jacobs is here. He's out there blowing his trumpet somewhere. I don't know awesome. what part of the world he's in, but Augustus, Georgia is here. That's good. I see my friends from Switzerland is here. Hello, Switzerland. Oh, look, Adriel Izagura. So right on. I see California is here. Fort Worth, West Hollywood is here. Hello, West Hollywood. So happy to see you, Miss Tina. We love you. Call you blessed. I am looking at sunny, boring Oregon. Listen, Oregon's not boring. I tell you that every time.
Oregon.
No, that's the name of her town is boring, as in like making a cave, right? Or right on. Digging for gold. Yeah, I think so. Florida is here in the house. Yeah. Philippines are here. Philmont, New York is here. Another New York, big time. J-Town, Texas is here. I came all the way from Folsom, California. Man, Johnny Cash. You and Johnny Cash, man. I went to prison once. That's awesome, man. Philadelphia is here, and that's really cool. All kinds of people from all over the world. Kerrville is here. Kerrville, I'm coming to see you next week. I'm going to be down there next week, and I'm going to be with Paul Wilbur, and we're going to be at the Coming King Prayer Garden, and we're going to be there for a Shabbat service. And me and Paul Wilbur are going to be down there doing that, which is going to be crazy cool. So come out and see us and tell me, hey, are you going to be there really? You're going to show up? And you're like, Adriel, I mean, you don't want to go anywhere. Look, I want to show you what happens if I switch this camera. Da-da. Yeah, do you like that?
Yes, it's easier than looking at something there you don't know.
But it's, no, I know. Because there's a monitor over here. Yeah, isn't it a big
For
deal
the
to have a runner?
unprofessional people, this is a little bit easier for us.
Yeah, I'm such a pro. Well, guys, I want to welcome you here today. God bless you so much. Troy and Leanna Brewer coming at you. And we want to share a couple of awesome victories in between tons of work. We were out at Redemption Ranch last night. Went out there to do a star party last night, and we couldn't do it because it rained. But that's okay. There's still a big team of people that's out there feeding a whole bunch of dove hunters out there. And they're doing that. Pastor Jerry is leading that at the same exact time. All of our teams here are working and doing incredible things. I've been on the phone this morning with Matt. I've got to share a huge testimony of a big breakthrough that we've had. Been on the phone with people from all over the world today. It's huge breakthroughs. But I want to start, Leanna, with on Wednesday night, right before I got on the stage.
Yeah.
Right before I got on the stage to do the Wednesday night service. You and I were in my office. You get a phone call from your team in Uganda.
Yes.
And tell us about that. What happened?
Yeah. That morning we had rescued a baby, a 3-week-old baby that was found in a refugee camp. And not in our district again. We're getting babies that are not in our district, but she was found in a latrine pit, and which is a septic system. And it's just a miracle that she's alive. Just a miracle. And they were able to rescue her and bring her, and she's perfect. She's just perfect.
Literally pulled that kid out of a septic tank. She's like 2 weeks old. She's 3 weeks old. So the tradition in East Africa is that if a mama dies in childbirth, they let the child die, and because they're afraid that the baby is a curse.
Right.
And so we came across this like 3 years ago.
No, it's been longer than that now. It's been 5.
It hadn't been 5 years.
5 years ago.
Really?
No, I'm sorry. It's been 6 years ago.
A few days ago.
Yeah, 6 years
because
ago.
I'm
our
old.
oldest one is 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Goodness and mercy are 5.
Goodness and mercy are 5. Are you serious?
5.
There's no way those babies are
They're
5.
5. They're big. They're so beautiful.
I miss
If you go with
them.
me,
I know.
you
Leanna
know.
just got back from Uganda, and yeah. Anyway.
That's all right. I'll keep on going.
No.
I'll take it for the team.
Well, yeah, you'll take it for the team. I'm the one that's taking it for the team, man. Anyway, but the bottom line is we came across this, and we partner with a very good friend of ours that we've been good friends with. She's like a sister to us, and her name is Peace Ruharuza. Her husband, Patrick, actually was our very first, he was a youth pastor when we first met him 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was the very first translator I ever had in Uganda.
He did an amazing job. He still has to translate.
And then I miraculously ran across him in London, England, like 5 years after that. Where I was preaching in London, and he was out in the audience. And Leanna said, "That's Patrick." I'm like, "That ain't Patrick from Uganda. That's crazy." And the more I preached, the more I kept looking at him going, I think that actually is him. It'd been 5 years since we'd seen him. And of course, we were not in Uganda. Now we were in England. Like, how weird for a Texan to meet a Ugandan in England, right? And I said, "Patrick, is that you?" And he stood up, said, "Yes, please." I stopped preaching everything, got done off stage. We hugged each other in front of everybody. It was a cool moment. I'm like, "How are you?" I just started talking to her, like, "Y'all hang on a minute." You know, like 1,000 people in the church. "Y'all hang on a minute. I got to talk to this guy." And everybody was laughing, and it was amazing. But Peace, literally, his beautiful bride, Peace, got with Leanna and just said, "Look, we can do this. We have land. Will you help us?" We told them, yes, we would help us. We would help them. And we started rescuing babies. We started putting the word out that if you hear of any village where there are babies, where they're going to let a baby die because the mama died, you need to contact us. We'll come get that baby. This baby that we rescued on Wednesday literally pulled out of a septic tank. Literally. So it's kind of like the hole that an outhouse goes over.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a latrine pit.
Terrible. Yeah.
And pulled this baby out, and she is number one, she was alive.
Yes.
And number two, she's fine.
She's fine. She's perfect.
She's fine. And so we had that baby, and now we have 58 babies in our home there.
Yes, I have 58 babies. Yes, they don't all live in the baby's home when they turn 2. We are building forever homes. We're on our 8th forever home.
Yeah.
And they all have mamas.
So we take on the responsibility of, once we get these kids, they're our responsibility for the rest of their lives. And then they stay in a baby's home for 2 years. and they're raised by a bunch of mama girls.
Yes, they are.
And that are awesome.
Amazing mama
And then
girls.
when they turn 2, we put them in a home with a family, and we build these beautiful houses that we would be proud for our children to grow up in.
Beautiful places. Yes, they
Incredible. And we place a mama in there, and then we put, I think, 8 kids.
Yes, and a nanny.
8 kids, a mama, and a nanny in there. Yeah. And then that's their mama for the rest of their life. Mm-hmm. That's their forever home for the we actually call those forever homes.
Do, yeah, we do. That's where they live.
When they grow up and when they go to college, that's going to be the home that they come to. When they move out, when they have their own kids, that's going to be the home that they bring their kids to. That's their grandmother. That's that. And so we do that. Anyway, what did we end up naming this baby that we just pulled out of the septic tank? Her name is Paula.
Her name is Paula. Yep.
We have a granddaughter named Paula.
We do. And a good friend that passed away. Her name was Paula, and that's her legacy.
Yeah.
She always wanted to go with me there. And so
the very first employee we ever had at Open Door Church was our best friend, Paula Ledbetter. And she passed away when she was 37. We were all the same age. And so it was a long time ago whenever she died, but she suddenly died unexpectedly. And her boys grew up. They have a great daddy. Paula had an awesome husband, John Ledbetter, who I went to high school with. And in fact, saw him on Wednesday night at church.
Yeah, he's looking good.
He is. Love him. His boys grew up. He has 3 amazing boys that we love with all our heart. And one of Paula's oldest son, JC, married our youngest daughter.
Yeah. And
so we're just so like this, right? So again, it's more of Paula's legacy. JC and Rama's first baby, they named Paula. It's Paula Jane Ledbetter. You're Leanna Jane Brewer, right? Mm-hmm. So it was named our grandbaby was named after the 2 grandmothers, Paula, who was your best friend in the whole world, and then also Leanna. And so here's another Paula.
Yes.
That's a big deal. Okay, I got another. And by the way, for everybody who supports us, everybody that prays for us, everybody that calls the number and you give and you do all that kind of stuff, I'm telling you that you are already a part of that. Yes, you are truly a part of that. I'm looking around here because I got another big, huge testimony I've got to tell you that is so awesome. It was good. Somebody says, man, it's good to see John. Sure was, Sharon. Sure do love you, by the way. I love her, by the way. I love her. Yes, so awesome. Too. Yep. So many good stuff. So people are commenting on that, and I'm so happy. So can you guys stand some more good news? Because I've got some more. So Matt Shelton and Giles and your brother, Daryl, who is our missions pastor at Open Door Church, and he also runs Spark Worldwide, which is your organization, serving, protecting, and raising kids, right?
That's what we do.
That's what we do, sister. That's it. She actually, well, anyway, they went down to our La Habra school, which is in the Amazon. It's in Leticia, Colombia. It shares the city. Leticia shares a border. There's a border that goes right down through it, and part of it's in Brazil, and the other part of it is in Colombia, and then across the Amazon River is Peru.
Yes.
And I don't know how many times you've been down there. You've been down there. You've been down there more times than I have.
Really like it.
But I do too. I mean, honestly, it's like a place I could live. I love it there. I love it. And if I lived on the Amazon, I would go fishing every single day.
I would fish for you and you could eat it. I don't eat
She doesn't eat fish.
No.
Yeah, this is a serious defect she has. Leanna Brewer is basically perfect in every way. Except for she doesn't eat fish.
Well, look at this. You don't have to share with me.
And that is cool.
See?
It's totally Jesus. So anyway, while they were there, this time they went across the border and they went into the Brazilian side, which is not something we typically do. We don't typically go over there and do a work. We don't typically go over there and do stuff like that. So, but Giles went over there and Daryl went over there, and they went over there. Our friend, Pastor Julio down there, has a brother on the Brazilian side. He's doing a work, and he's working with children that are prostitutes on the Brazilian side. And people come from all over the world to go to that part of the world and to molest those kids, to pay money and to legally molest those children. That's called sexual tourism. And it's one of the big things that we've been fighting. It is totally horrific. And these children that are owned by the cartel, you can't. Okay, whenever we round up these kids and start to feed them, one of the stories that this pastor shared is, okay, we started preparing good food for them. They can't eat it. They won't eat it because they literally eat dog food. Yeah. Okay, they are fed dog food. Animals. They are literally fed dog food. So these kids have never had anything good to eat. So like a good meal would be like Cheetos, which is like a good meal for me, you know. So I do have to share my Cheetos. Anyway, rounding up these kids, he's like, look, we can do a work here. Giles and Daryl spent some time with a 10-year-old little girl that's a prostitute, and she just broke their heart in such a big way. And she's only 10. She's a 10-year-old little girl who is having her body sold. And they're just like, we got to do something. So they know about a house. Pastor Julio's brother knows about a house, got a big wall around it. Like we could take in as many as 60 children. We could take in as many as 60. And, but, you know, we're going to buy the house. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We've already got a team of people to work it. We've already got a school within 20 minutes of that place. We already have a school, and we can do the same school there that we're doing here, all this stuff. Bottom line is, they wanted $85,000 for it. They said they'd take $55,000 for it. Somebody today gave us a check for $55,000. It's fabulous. And we're going to buy that house. So fantastic. It's just crazy. Guys, can you imagine that there are children right now, up to 60 kids, not to mention hundreds and hundreds over the decades, that right this second have no hope, have no one in the world who will protect them and bless them and love them in a right way and be a daddy to them. They have no idea that there are people in Texas and all these people that are watching all over the world that support us and support our ministry partners in this. They have no idea that we're coming to get them. Yeah. And we're fixing to buy that house. We have the money to buy that house. So that's so amazing. God is so good. It is good. And it's also good too that I have a team of people that don't get outraged and mad every time we go on a trip and come back and say, I know you've got a list this big, but we're fixing to add to that list, because we do that every single month. We do. And we've done that every single month for 26 years at Open Door Church. We've driven everybody around us crazy. We've ran a lot of people off. Like, you can't do that. That's too dangerous. We don't have enough money. We don't do whatever. That's what money is for. That is what money is for. That's what it's for. Yeah, we're not a bank. No. And that's not what we're meant to be. No. And anyway, it's a tremendous monster win. I'm so grateful. And I haven't even been to that house, but that has been such a burden for me. Yeah. And I came back and told everybody, guys, we're doing this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's buy that house and let's go. Let's go. We have the Lord just trusts us with that. And again, today, on this day, somebody gave us a check for $55,000 for us to buy that house. That's amazing. And we haven't even campaigned for it. We haven't been making a big deal out of this, just privately because we have so many other projects that are public, but privately, we also have a ton of these projects as well. Yes. That all we need is the money to do it. And I mean, that's it. We already have the teams. We have everything lined up. We just got to have the money to do it. And we just trust that God will do that. And he does. And he does. Look at how much Jesus loves those kids. Yeah, he does. And whoever that was, I know who it was, but I'm not going to say publicly who it was. I don't know if that person is watching right now, but I want you to hear me say publicly that we love you and we're grateful for you. We know you're not made out of money, and you did this, and the Lord sees it. It's a big deal. He does see it. It's a big deal. Yeah. It's an investment into the kingdom that God, it blesses his heart. It blesses his heart. Sure does. I think of all the times of the parable of the talent, and he says, I'm trusting you with this. I want a return. And the return is these kids saved. Yep. That's the return. This is what God has called us to do. And last week when I was out at Redemption Ranch, I was talking to, there was this old guy that was there, and he was really cool. He was from Shasta, California. He was from Mount Shasta. Yay. And I didn't know him, but he came out to the dove hunt, and he's lived in Texas for a long time. And
okay.
but dude, he graduated high school in '69, and yeah, I was like, wow, summer '69, Apollo 11. Are you kidding me? You graduate, you were in Northern California in '69.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about not, and he's not far from San Francisco. I
No,
mean, like
he's not.
Hippieville, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you had a front row seat. And anyway, I was talking to him. He's a fascinating guy, and he was asking me about these kinds of stories of what we do and how we do it. And he said something. He said, Troy, most people live their whole life, work their butt off their entire life, and then everything they work for doesn't matter a minute after they die. And he pointed at me and said, but some people, that's not the case for. And I told him, I said, bro, I get a lot of credit for a lot of things because I'm the face in front of the camera and I'm the voice behind the microphone, that I should not get credit for that at all. I'm surrounded by so many good people and we have so many partners. And I just like people like Giles and Daryl. Listen, they were busy on a missions trip with 10 million things to do. And they just heard about this and they just went, let's go over the border and let's just go see and let's go stick our nose in that and let's just go see what we can do. And thank God for brave people, man.
That's what we do on every trip. It's not just, we don't just go and do we're checking our boxes. No, we're going because we're looking to where God is sending us.
Yep.
You know, this last trip to Africa that we went to, we wound up taking 5 different people to the hospital because they've been shut down. They've been isolated. They've been in a village, don't know how to even get to the hospital, don't have the means to go to the hospital. And had we not gone looking for them, and it wasn't just that we were bored and had nothing else to do. It was God was saying, hey, I want you to go here. And there was literal lives saved because we were in the right place at the right time. And that's what God will do for you. If you have a yes in your spirit, he will keep using you and using you and using you and using you, and he'll grow it and grow it and grow it. And you just have to have a yes. You can't have okay, I'm only willing to do this much. I'm only willing to get this invested in it. I'm only willing to say yes to these things. That we have said yes to things that I'm still praying that God, when he shows up, I'm going to be so excited because he's going to do it. Because if I said yes, it's because his heart. And so we still have a lot of things on our list that are going to be accomplished this year in Jesus' name. And but there are things that he puts on our hearts, and he does that for all of us. So if you're somebody who donates and says, all I have is this little bit, it doesn't matter your little bit, because he presses it down, shakes it together, and causes it to run over.
That's exactly
he's the multiplier. You are just the one that he's given the seed, and he's given you the seed to sow.
That's all that we're doing is a little bit.
Yeah,
we're just doing a little bit.
It's just a yes, God,
yeah, and then God does this with it. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, there's a lot of people who partner with us and are just like, I wish I could give more about that. Listen,
it's
whatever.
Not about that.
It isn't about that.
Yes, and it's about doing it.
The fact that you said yes, big deal.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not doing this as a plea for more money. I'm actually doing this just to give you guys a praise report. We get a front row seat for this kind of stuff every single day, and it's remarkable. I mean, it's truly remarkable. We're going to be leaving here in just a few minutes. We're going out to a really cool lodge, and there's a whole bunch of people coming in from all over the state, and we're going to do a big star party tonight. We actually do that as a fundraiser. We do that, and again, the money doesn't go to us. The money goes straight into Troy Brewer Ministries, and we do that, and it's one of the ways that we raise money so that we have the backing and the finances and the funding behind all the yeses that we have, because we say the yes first. We don't wait until we have the money to do something. We say yes, and then God gives us the money. Yes. And we learned that a long time ago. And again, it runs off people of lesser faith. It runs off people who do not want to be activated and who do not want to take action. It runs those people off, and that's actually been a good thing. It's been a difficult thing.
We love everyone, we really and truly do, but there are people that we just don't want to work with them.
Yep, there's 7 billion people on the planet, and you can sit around and debate and criticize for the rest of your life, but you're gonna have to do that somewhere else because we're busy. Yeah. We're busy and we got stuff to do. And there's and something else too, Leanna, is that we get in the lanes that the Lord tells us to get into, knowing that God is going to continue to bring us stuff.
And he does, because he can trust us not to question it.
And we just go, wow. It's just like those 5 people that you came across that were deathly sick in their little shacks out in their little grass huts out in Africa. Like, okay, well, this is why God sent me on this trip. Yes,
Right.
I have a mile-long list of things I have to accomplish while I'm here. I have a million people that I have to visit, including a king and a queen, a real king, a real queen.
What an honor.
But this is why God sent me here.
Yeah.
And the Lord has trusted me with this.
Yes.
And I'm not going to go, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. You know, we have to do this.
Or this doesn't fit in my
Yeah.
budget.
Doesn't fit my budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, you don't give a rip about a budget. Leanna called me. I need $10,000. She literally called me several times because we had to put all these people in the hospital.
Yeah. You know, I took a certain, I didn't know I was going until 2 days before I went.
Yeah. That's another
And
thing.
so,
Hey, husbands, how would you like that? It's a Sunday and she's like, you know what? I think I need to go to Uganda tomorrow. Okay. That sounds awesome.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'm not going to protect you from Jesus.
I got my
And
visa within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a miracle because it takes days.
you got
everything,
you got your brain scrubbed,
I
right?
did.
You know what I'm talking about?
10 million times, which might be why I have such bad sinus problems.
Yeah.
Not really. It's allergies. Probably didn't help any that I've had that done to me.
You got your COVID test. You got
I
you got your plane
everything,
ticket.
And I did pull out money, but I didn't pull out enough because I really did not have my head wrapped around the trip. But we did, yeah. And,
Oh, you
and
pulled
we
out
came
enough.
back with a big project list that we're going to see done this year,
including tractors and all that kind of stuff. So again, I want to and then while all that happened, you rescued Judah, a 2-year-old little boy while you were there.
Love that.
Rescued him and got him into your house.
Yeah.
And little boy had never slept on a bed. He cried and cried, so he had to sleep on the ground. And pulled him out of the bed, put him on the ground because he wasn't just pull it. Yeah, exactly right. Just covered him up because he'd never slept in a bed and got all of his places on his body where he'd been abused so bad, got those things doctored up and fixed up, and then he started running and playing with all the other kids.
He did. Yeah, he did. And a lot of times you see those videos. This might be TMI, I don't know, but you see the videos of the kids on TV with the really swollen bellies, and it's because they're malnutritioned. And it's because they're full of worms.
They're full of worms.
And so
it's just like a puppy dog.
Yeah, little Judah was completely full of worms. So we got that taken care of. And man, that kid is a rock star. I get to talk to Peace frequently. And by the way, for you prayer warriors out there, she is praying and hoping they'll give her the visa waiver so that she can be here for my women's conference November 5th and 6th, and then ending up on the 7th. So pray with me that she can get here. So I would love, love, love to have her here.
People are saying that they can't hear you talk. Can everybody else hear Leanna? Can you guys hear her? Now, she doesn't speak very loud, and she gets further and further away from a microphone.
I can
and that's just what she does. Yeah, I was going to say, she is so, I don't know if maybe it says maybe that your mic is not on.
Maybe.
It's interesting. 30 minutes into this, we're just now finding that out. So
that's all right.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that. So I know that this one's on. Can you guys hear that?
Hurt people's ears.
Yeah, well, can you guys hear that? People are saying no, that they cannot hear you.
Okay, that's all right.
That's crazy. Well, I'm sorry about
that. You
that.
can hear the background of me.
Let me see if I can turn this bad boy up like this. Right on. Everybody's like, nope.
A light came on. Did that help?
A light came on?
Yeah, a light came on.
I didn't see a light come on.
It did.
Okay. Well, anyway, the bottom line is, guys.
You can just see my pretty face.
Yes, I can see your pretty face. I can. It says we can hear. She's just way softer. You just got to talk right on the mic. I know that mic works. I checked it before.
Okay, so just sit like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So that would be golden.
Everybody's like, turn her up, guys. There's nobody in here but us, and I would have to get behind that microphone, and I would have to go through the camera and go, what the heck?
Yeah,
and you don't want me to do that. No,
It's okay. We'll get tech support up here next time.
Everybody's saying that they can hear from this mic.
Just give me your mic because you're really loud. So I can.
If I do that, then look, there's a microphone in front of everything. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
All right. So I'm sure people can hear you if you'll just put your
they said they can't.
They can.
They can't.
They don't know, baby.
I'm pretty sure they know.
It's better when she leans towards your mic. Okay. Right on. Well, I'm gonna have to get a tech over here. These guys are gonna have to work on my mics. They're gonna have to help me, and they will. They'll help me. They will
because they love me.
Right on. So everybody's like, switch mics. No. I'm not going to. People are mean.
Just switch your chairs. Let me have your chair.
That is funny. So listen, guys. I want to. I'm getting ready to close this up, but I want to tell you that again. we have a front row seat for so many good things, and we are seeing God do so many things.
Yeah.
And I want you just to have hope. And if you're plugged into a bunch of media that's not telling you good stuff, unplug.
Yes. Yeah.
Unplug from that. For all you guys that are part of the prophetic life,
Mhm.
as soon as we finish this, I'm going to do a quick prophetic life and get with you guys and let you guys ask me questions. And we'll end up doing all that. But the bottom line is, and if you're not a part of the prophetic life community, you should join it. Go to troybrewer.com. Go to call us, whatever, 877-413-0888. Tonight, we're going to be with a private party of people out at a lodge. And we are going to be doing a star party and going through how the heavens declare the glory of God. We have our food outreaches tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be at the Texas Two-Step in Glen Rose, Texas. And we're going to be raising money for Answer International. And that's going to be a fun event. Sunday morning, we're going to be at Open Door Church, and Dave Reaver is going to be joining us.
He's going to be there. Yay.
Dave Reaver is going to be joining us.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Just a superhero.
Really, really, really big deal.
Mhm.
And he's going to be sharing the stage with us on Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, I'm preaching to our Soak School, our School of Supernatural, and I'm going to be doing that on Sunday afternoon. On Monday morning, you and I are going to be filming all day, and we're filming all of our Reverse the Curse conference thing that we're doing. It's an online conference that we're going to be doing. It's free. It's online. It's going to be across all of this. Alan Didio, right? Didio, right? I think his name is Didio. Alan Didio. Sorry.
It's because you're always making fun of Adriel for not being able to say brewer.
He can't say brewer. And I say, is a Gary perfect?
You do.
I do. Somebody say, listen to your wife, Troy. I am listening. How can I not listen, man? Right on. So anyway, but that's going to be on Monday. And then we start a whole new week after that. Tuesdays is when our weeks begin, on Tuesday. And it's just because. But we're going to start a whole new week, and then off we go. And then next week, we're going to be in Kerrville with Paul Wilbur.
We are. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, guys, be watching. And for all my friends that are on the prophetic life or fixing to go to the prophetic life here in just a moment, switch over there to that. Again, it's a private community. For everybody that is partnering with us, you're making a tremendous difference.
Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you.
And we are so grateful. And we're just jazzed is what we are. We're just jazzed. We're just fired up. Hey, look, Matt Frazier is on here. Matt Frazier, how are you, man? Matt, we have got to get together, man. And so I tried to call you today. Yeah, right on. But I was out in Timbuktu. Hey, if I can also tell you too, I talked to a guy today, Jim Caviezel, right? The actor, right? He wants to get with me on some stuff, and he's got a new movie about sex trafficking coming out, and that's cool. Exciting. And I love that. And there you go, man. So guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go over to the prophetic life, and Troy and Leanna Brewer from Third Stage Ranch signing off. We call you the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, and highly favored of the Lord.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you so much.